and his teacher is the god of death called Yama, and the student is, his name is Nachiketa. And the student is very sincere and capable, and he does not care about anything of the world, whatever meaningful, whatever very alluring, whatever very prestigious. He does not care for anything because he has the right understanding that everything is evanescent. Having all the glories of the world, achieving all the pleasures of the world, all the riches of the world, even everything is achieved. There's something void, some sense of loneliness, some sort of incompleteness haunts the hearts of all. So Nachiketa is a right type of student who have the courage to give up all types of temptations which ordinary people will be overwhelmed with money, with wealth, with pleasure, with fun, with singing, with dancing. And who cares for what is beyond? But it is the bright student who cannot keep satisfied being involved in this changeful world of momentary existence. So he wanted this question, is there anything which is behind, which is not changing? Is there anything immortal? And you are the god of death. You are the right person. So I ask you to please help me to bring out this mystery, to open this mystery out for me. And that was the question. It was continuing, but at first this teacher, then the student just asked the question, what? What is that truth for which people do so much austerity? What is that truth for which people give up their all wealth and prosperity and become like a renunciate person? What is that? And then it is said it is the word Om. And Om is the symbol of infinite and infinite Brahman, that which is birthless, deathless, limitless, that is symbolically used in the simple word Om. And etad alammanam, this alammanam, this later word Om, is the support of all infinite reality. And this is the purpose of life to achieve, which is transcendental and immanent. And for this, people do austerity, people do fast, people do all scriptural studies, going into the deepest cave of the Himalayas. They do spend their life in utter worldly, utter state of mind where there is nothing of the world. So that's why it is glorified. He said in the verse, Etadhevo Aksharam Brahma. This is Om, is the actually Akshar Brahma, imperishable Om, that is the Brahman. And this is the Akshar, this word or this letter is also Brahman without attribute. It's with attribute. And he who knows this, that whatever he wishes, he attains everything, because he attains that self which permeates everything, pervades everything, and achieving which there nothing remains to be achieved, because that is the infinite. So, and this praising that Om and its practice, it said that Om etat alambanam srashtam. This is the best way to attain Brahman. It is the way etat alambanam param. This is the highest practice to attain to that state of absolute bliss and peace. And etad alambanam yatva, knowing this alambanam, this Brahman with attributes, this Brahmaloke mahir, one attains to that state of absolute oneness with Brahman, and they reside there in their own pristine glory. That we read, and the verse number 18 also we said, and that is the state, najayate, it does not get born, That Atman, that Brahman is never born. No mriyate, it does not die. Body dies. And all the worldly material dies. It is born someday, it will die someday. No escape from this rule. Even the stars and galaxies, they are born at a time period and it will die in a time period. This body is born, it will die. It is a invariable reality. But that Atman, which is indicated by the letter Om, that Brahman, that Atman, your real self, it never dies, it is never mriyate, it's born, neither born, neither it die. Vipaschit na ayam kutaschit babuva. It cannot be that it does not, either it is not born of something else or nor is something else is born out of it. That means it is homogeneous, absolute one. And therefore, it is without birth, it is eternal, it is unchanging, it is always present everywhere. And the body perishes, but that Atman, that consciousness, that absolute blissfulness, it never perishes. So that much we read. And we also read this verse 11, 19 on page 77 of the book. But we will explain today more. Hanta chenmanyate hantum, hanta chenmanyate hantum, hataschenmanyate hatam, hataschenmanyate hatam, ubhau to na bijanito, ubhau to na bijanito, nayang hanti nahanyate, nayang hanti nahanyate. So we find in the similar verse in the Bhagavad Gita, talking to Arjuna. Finding his page, actually. So it is said that Arjuna, when he was in the war field, he was talking about that Atman is birthless, deathless, fire cannot burn, water cannot soak it, air cannot dry it. So that Atman, so when he's talking about that, the similar verse we read there, he who is being killed, Hanta, who is being attacked by somebody and who is dying or who is being killed, if he thinks that I am being killed, it is wrong. His body, not he or she. That consciousness behind, it never dies, it never is born, cannot be cut. The body can be cut to pieces, but who will cut their self, which is consciousness in us? From childhood till today, think of yourself. You are all observing something. I. Who can cut that? I has no sleep. It is sleepless reality. I is all the time. Now, morning till we are in the waking state, I is awake. Now you go to dream, I dreamt, I is awake. You go to sleep, your body slept, but you say, I slept. That I observer, he is observing all the time. Not one day, not today. From the day we are born, day we die, is all the homogeneous existence of I and that consciousness. Who will cut that? Who will burn that? The body may be burnt, but that does not get burned. So this is the idea. If anyone thinks that I am being killed, or anyone thinks that I am killing somebody, ubhauto na bijanito, none of these two people know. They are ignorant. They do not know. Nayang hanti. This Atman, this self, this Brahman cannot be killed. Na hanyate. Can kill somebody, cannot be killed by somebody. Because there is no two. If there is two, then one can do another. No? Dvitiyad vai bhayang bhavati, Upanishad says. All our fears and anxieties and our relative existence because of the duality. I, you. There is many and one. But in that absolute oneness, who will hate whom? Who will kill whom? Think of one. If it is one without a second, that's why Vedanta teaches that Brahman is one without a second. There is no second. One, if you say one, that itself is enough. But Vedanta's teachers are very careful to drive away all the little traces of ignorance in us. It is not only one. So long you say one, you have the idea of two. No? You say two, you have the idea of one. Ramakrishna also said, he who has the idea of one, he has the idea of the two. But it is one, that's why it is, because it is a vocabulary, it is a language. The rishis, the sages, are trying their hard to express which is inexpressible. Therefore, they use certain words which we can relate to. We understand it is one. But at the same time, we have the idea one means there is a two, there is a three, there is four. That's why the Upanishad is very clear on that point. Ekam eva addityang brahma na iho nanasti kinchana. See how emphatically Upanishad points out to the truth. Ekam eva. See, ekam means one. Eva means absolutely, only. See, two words emphasizing one, and then said only one. He is not satisfied with that. Till our mind will dwell in duality. One means some trace of two, otherwise why you are saying one? Ekam eva addityang brahma na iha. In that reality, nana asti. Not two, not many. There is no existence of many there. It is only one. So how to pound this idea in our brain? Because we live in duality. We don't understand anything but duality. I, you. This world, that me. Me, mine. You, you. So this is the world in which we are born and brought up. Our early childhood has been reared by that. Everyone says, oh, you are this is your brother, this is called your sister, this is your mom, this is your dad, this is called your nose, this is called your ear. The baby does not know anything. He was absorbed in oneness. Right? And we intelligently, we want to make him an intelligent person. That's why we teach them that diversity and multiplicity. Huh? And again we go back home at the end. There is no many, it is only one. They say baby has no concept of many. That's why we say, oh, he is retarded. Retarded means he does not want to enter into the diversity so quickly. Those who can quickly, oh, he is a very intelligent boy. In our sense, he is intelligent. But the spiritual sense is a dull. The opposite sense, no? And that is the point, that oneness. That is the cry of the Upanishads. And that one, if that one is only there, then think, who will kill whom? Who will be killed? Who will love whom? Who will hate whom? No? Love and hate comes when? Two people are there. If there is only one, who will love whom? Who will hate whom? We don't hate ourselves anywhere. This nose is my nose, I love it. My ear may be ugly, but I like it. My eye is not so good, it is not so beautiful, but I like it. It is me, because it is I. If it is I, there is no question of discrimination. That's why everyone supports, I understand this. It's my understanding, you are wrong. And I am only perfect. I understand perfectly. You all people are false. Because we get predominance of I, means support for our existence, our reality. And eternal existence is that where there is no you even. It is that one appears to be one, appears to be many. That one thing appears to be many. That is called Vedanta. No? And why it happens? It happens whatever for the reason. But don't think that the killer can kill, or that person who is killed. It is like a drama. It's a theater. Huh? I heard that day. One gentleman came to me. We live in Hollywood, no? He was acting. And someone in the play, someone will have to hit him with a, what to call that type, one type of bottle that is not the glass bottle. Something which will crack, look like glass, but it will not actually do that harm. And actually, he was doing that. He violently hit that man, and he got a hit here. And really, he felt unconscious. And that was a good picture then. For other people, it's a good picture. And they took that entire picture, and then he was bleeding and he was unconscious. After some time, even the police came that I heard that someone is like that. And that actor said, yes, but it was just a play. It was going in a play. So it is a drama. Drama is this, he is hitting really to create some illusion of play. But no one really hates each other there. It is the only one game, everyone is acting in their own role. So that one and the many are the expression of that absolute one. One and the many, they are only expression of that one. So this is the Vedantic understanding. Did you not read all this? Yes, I also read the next part also. But I have not changed the page. No one can tell me where did I end?
Right here, Mother.
Where?
18. I mean,
that is the verse we are reading, okay?
19.
We are starting 19.
Yeah. So it is okay? Okay.
What page?
77. 77. Now, next verse. Anoroniyan. I chanted this verse. Anoroniyan. Yeah, now I am remembering. But you are saying all no, you didn't read. Huh?
Swami, we didn't do 19.
Yeah, and also 20.
That's okay. Let us, 20 also we did it seems. Anyhow, let us do again. No problem. Anoroniyan. Anoroniyan. Mahato Mahiyan. Mahiyan. Atma Sajanto. Atma Sajanto. Nihito Guhayam. Nihito Guhayam. Tamakratu pashyati bita shoko. Tamakratu pashyati bita shoko. Dhatu prasadat. Dhatu prasadat. Mohimanamatmanah. Mohimanamatmanah. So this is the point. What about this Brahman? You are saying one. And it cannot be killed. It cannot be, no one can kill, no one can be killed. That Atman cannot be killed, that Brahman cannot be killed. What is its nature then? It is the Anu of the Anu. Anur Uniyan. It is a smallest you can think. Smallest than the small. You cannot think much finer to the degree of how small one entity may be. Huh? We can think about Higgs boson particle. Go to that level. Huh? And then Mahato, it is vaster than the vast. Look at the vast galaxies and stars. Billions and trillions of galaxies. Look at the sky. It's all pervasive, absolute. One means it is here, it is there, it is everywhere. So it is vaster than the vastest, smaller than the smallest. No Atma Sujanto Mohiya. It is Atma, this Atman. Where does it reside then? Governor can stay in every place of the of his what you call state, but where do you find him mostly? Hey, governor's house. So the governor is here. Atma, where does it more palpably feel? Atma Sujanto Nihita Guhayam. In the guha, in the cave of the heart of all beings. That's why we feel in our heart all the experiences of joy, pleasure, pain, separation, or connection. Everything is felt here. So Atma Sajanto Nihito Guhayam. It is embedded there and it is staying there. But who can see that? I don't see. You are all sitting. Do you see the Atman? No. Why? It is here. The sages are saying, the rishis are saying that Atman, who is the subtler than the subtlest, smaller than the smallest, and simply vaster than the vastest, that reality is seated. Seated means feeling. Where can you feel? Where can you palpably experience it? In your heart. But which heart? Not everyone, though it is here, but it is not visible by ordinary people. Only tam dhatu prasadat, by the grace of their mind, of their buddhi, of their intellect, being clean, 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 in a clean mind, in the pure intellect, one can experience the mahima, the greatness, the grandeur of this Atman, which is here, which is everywhere, which is finer and grosser, all pervaded infinite principle. Be to sukha. And then seeing that, they become beyond, goes beyond all sukha, bereavement. And it is not to be achieved by akratu. It is not by karma. You cannot reach there. From akratu, that is to be achieved. The person who has renounced all desire. That means akratu means you do karma. Why do you do karma? Because you want something. You have some desire. To fulfill that desire, you go to the Macy's. Why do you go to the Macy's? Because you have some desire to purchase something, some clothing. Huh? And you go to the fish market. Why do you go? Because you need to have to fish something. So desire prompts us to karma. So all this karma, what we are doing, by that karma you cannot reach that. Because that has a limited result. Limited action has limited result. But that tam akratu, that which is beyond all doing, it is not achievable by doing anything. But it will be revealed in the heart of the pure soul. The truth is here all the time. It is mystified or covered. When that covering is lifted, then the truth will reveal in its own glory. So tam akratu, that is not achievable by any karma. Whatever karma you do, you can get money, you can get name, power, position, control. That you can do by karma. Or even after death you can enjoy heaven. But you have to come back again. That is the Hindu heaven. Christian heaven may be different. They probably will be living there all over life. Huh? But that is bad. Because it is only monotonous then. How long you will enjoy? Singing, dancing, one day is good, 2 days good, day and night. If it goes on, then you will be bored. So heaven is not good. And hell, of course, is not good, we all know. Because who wants to go to the suffering? But that's why Vedanta says, no hell, no heaven. It is that absolute peace, absolute bliss. No bereavement, no death, no suffering, no pain. Neither the opposite of it, no happiness. Pain and happiness, these are the dualities in the life. Language, human language. But that's why they use the language Anandam. Ananda, that's absolute bliss. That's why they define absolute bliss. Not the relative bliss, as we know. We know relative peace, relative bliss, relative happiness, relative knowledge. But it is not that. It is not relative knowledge, not relative peace, not relative happiness. But it is that absolute. Absolute means it's that. There is no deviation from that peace, joy, blessings. So, that is the idea that this self is smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. It lies deep in the heart of every being, on page 79, as its own self. The person who has renounced all desires and has gained full control over the mind and other sense organs, can see the greatness of this self capital, he then becomes free from all worries. Worries and anxieties all go away. No? This, I said that this is a verse you can meditate. You can memorize 2 lines, 4 lines. That is very beautiful verse. The Atman, another translation, the same verse, the Atman that is subtler than the subtlest and greater than the greatest is seated in the cavity of the heart of each living being. He who is free from willing and wishing, with his mind and senses composed, beholds the majesty of the self and becomes free from sorrow. You see how Ramana Maharshi lived. He experienced that and he lived. The body underwent so much of trouble, but what to him? Ramakrishna having throat cancer. What happened? Throat cancer is throat cancer of the body, but he was not at all affected by that. You can read the life of all the great saints. Even Christ was crucified. Whatever is happening to the body. But how he took it and how he lived, living in that absolute consciousness where this does not touch. So, that is the Atman. So, this explanation is big. If you have the Chinmayananda Swami's book,
Which page is
it is 116. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-page explanation. Yes.
So does that mean that the great yearning for union might maintain a separation?
Yeah, that first you have to feel that you are separated. If I think that that's no problem, that's why we don't feel separation from God. That's why we are happy with the mundane thing every day. Though it is painful, though it is headache, though it is backache, but it is okay. But if really we feel that that is the truth, and what a fool am I? How am I running for a petty thing? Yet the billion dollars of material is in your own control, and you are begging for 1 penny of love, 1 penny of happiness, 1 penny of sweetness, 1 penny of smile, 1 penny of hatred. We live in that penny. But we are all billionaires, multi-billionaires. But who cares for that? That's why our cry should be there. Swami Vivekananda really pointed out that that's a cry of, see the word Nachiketa, whom we are studying. He did not care for anything. Can you forgo such types of gift someone brings to you or me? Whatever is good, I know Atman Brahman, but okay, let me have it now. A little bit of the temptation or the grant what Jama, the Guru, was giving to the Nachiketa, big ships can sink there. But the question, but see the renunciation attitude. He wants to know. Don't get deluded by this type of sweet words. I want to know the truth. Swamiji gave that example that there is a treasure house of gold and jewelries and everything next door. Suppose this room, and I am a thief, and I am asked to sleep here all night. What will be my condition? So you cannot sleep all night, no? How every moment he's thinking, how can I enter into that and get that treasure? So that's why even Ramakrishna said that example of a disciple, the sincerity of the disciple to test. He said, Sir, how can I love God? How can I see God? That's the point. How can I understand I am Atman Brahman? The same question. What Ramakrishna said, that story, the Guru took him, don't respond to his question. But he took him into the reservoir and just pushed his head under the water. Hey, what a teaching of a guru, no? And then pushed him, and he was trying to get out, but he's pushing his head under the water for some more longer time. And then what he said, and when he came out, they said, "What are you feeling now?" And what was the response of Ramakrishna? You know, the student, he said, "I was panting for breath." So Ramakrishna said, people shed tears, pitcher full of tears, for any material loss, few dollars loss. Examination is not good, or my job situation is good. People cry and weep and fill up a pitcher. The pitcher, tears come now. Who cries for God? God means the truth. So really, that is the golden thing and in a spiritual life, to cry for God, to feel the separation. I need that. I am losing something every day. I can have this, but I am separated from it. That's the bhakti school. They talk about the same thing. Para bhakti. Parama vyakulata iti. In the Narada Sutras, Narada's aphorism. So the love for God will be such. Parama vyakulata. Restlessness to the extreme. You cannot understand how intense is that restlessness. As if the life is going. You see in the description of Radha's life story when he's running for Krishna. It is as if prana vichurata, in the language called, as if her heart is torn aside. It is all going out because of the lack of meeting the divine. So this is symbolic. Bhakti school looks at it. Vedanta also same thing. That means total another thing. This intense love for the truth or panting for the truth is one side. Similarly, you see the other side. Total distaste for everything. To that mind who is seeking for that truth, nothing has any value in the world. Money, wealth, food, dress, beauty, position, glory, nothing have any little value of it. So that is vairagya is equal, love is equal to vairagya. How much love for God? How much renunciation we feel distaste for this momentary little thing. Not that we will not eat. That's not the point. But if mood will come, you will not feel eating. With Ramakrishna, what was his food? Who is to feed him? Where is the regular breakfast, lunch, supper? Our bell rings and we go for that. Huh? But it is not. That time you cannot maintain all these things. It will go, automatic go. That means as much forgetfulness of the world, as much positive. So renunciation and detachment, renunciation and love, they go simultaneously. As much love for God goes, so much is detachment. So much is detachment means you love God so much. If it is not God, then it is useless. We love everything. People commit suicide for having a romantic love also. That does not give them freedom. But if it is for God, it will do. So object is the question. Yes.
Swami, we talked about from here, the point of view of Jnana Yoga, the highest Vedanta, it's the intellect that sees clearly and everything then is revealed. And also in Bhakti, the same thing happens. It's the same relentless pursuit of the ideal which gets you there. But in this verse, when we were interpreting Akrita, we said, this karma is never going to get you there. No amount of karmic effort will get you there. And one sees the proof of it from the point of Jnana Yoga, from the point of Bhakti Yoga and so on. But Karma Yoga has also been
For purification. They say Vedanta.
But in Karma Yoga, it is not really working for a goal. The work is just the thing you do. But it really is not for yourself. And then we have these glorious examples of what happens with karma life of Harishchandra.
They,
He's willing to sacrifice his son and his wife in extremis because he has to do what the master of the burial ground told him, it is so heartless, so cruel on the one hand, and yet here is a man driven by duty. It is Karma Yoga at the very highest. And Sri Ramachandra himself, much of the fact of the modern person cannot identify with Ramachandra as what did he do to his wife, who was a thief to his soul, and so forth. And yet, in the context of his time, history, social expectation, religious obligation, and all the rest, he was the Maryada Purusha. He did what was the karmic thing to do. So, if you look at it that way, we are really belittling karma.
no, it is doing why, you have to go to the context. To the context of the Upanishadic time, karma was meant jagna. Karma was meant for a different purpose. Today's context, we are mixing with that. Karma was, you must have to perform the jagna. So the sacrificial fire. And then you do all these rituals. And you get involved into that activity so much, you forgot the purpose of your karma. And that also, this karma leads you to attain certain goal. And these are all material goals. And if that karma again comes, it's a shock. This jagna has its beginning. But when it matures, it purifies. That karma will purify, like a sakama karma. Even now today, when you do some work, some people are donating money, charity, but they want their big name and people to remember. There's nothing wrong. Rather than selfish, it is selfless. But there is another stage of its development when after some time he will say, I don't know them. I don't even know to be referred to anyone. I don't want any name. I silently give it. I silently give it, as Christ said, right hand and left hand will not know. Your right hand will not know what your left hand is doing or right hand is doing. No? So that is the development. That is the karma, so-called karma is improving. And the philosophical challenge is here. If you say karma can give you liberation, then karma becomes, according to Shankara and also reason, karma becomes a janna padartha. Because of this you got this. You get this because you did this. That means it is doable. It is achievable by some action. Limited action cannot give you infinite joy. Here is the philosophical challenge. If you say, by karma and doing this karma, you are attaining that Brahman, which is absolute joy, absolute peace, there is no two in it, then it cannot reconcile this idea that with a limited, whatever good work you can do, how can you expect that limited karma will give you eternal, absolute bliss and joy? This is the philosophical question. So from that respect, it is said that karma cannot give it, but mind it, when karma becomes such that you are doing karma, you do not know that you are doing karma. Huh? That means your goal is not fixed for any achieving any result. Neither your procedure, the action you do has